Welcome to this class. Today we'll be working with more strength, holding poses a little bit longer, a little bit more difficult poses, and working with our range of motion. So it's a fun class, should be exciting. So let's get started.
Before we get started, if you want to learn the basics of Iyengar Yoga,
I've designed a new course, Foundational Iyengar Yoga. This course is for you if you're a beginner, if you've been practicing for a while and you just want to deepen your understanding, or if you're a teacher and you would like to be more inspired, go back to the basics. So it's a 6-week course, 18 different classes, and you'll be able to go through at your own pace.
you can find more details in the description box below.
Okay, first we're going to stand with your feet hips width apart and then come into Uttanasana. Extend your arms out and come forward. Bring your fingertips wide on the floor and extend forward. So come into the feet, the front of the foot, feel the weight on the heel, lift up through the arches. Press down with the fingers and scrub the fingers back to lengthen the side trunk. Keep the front ribs moving toward the back ribs, so the front body is not dipping toward the floor, abdomen is not dipping. Keep the abdomen moving back. And then bring your hands onto the floor for Adho Mukha Svanasana. So pressing the hands down and then walk the feet back. Stay on the toes and lift the heels up as you straighten the legs. As you do that, move your chest between the forward of the arms, lengthening up. So from the hands, lengthen up through the outer arms, the outer shoulders, lifting up through the side trunk. Press into the mounds, press into the toes, bend all the toes. So you can really feel that each toe is bending at the joint, even the baby toe. Lift up through the backs of the thighs. And then start to bring the heels down, but keep the hips lifted, keep that length coming, and then roll over the mounds of the toes and lift the toes up so as to start to bring the heels down. Bring the outer heels down first, inner heels, moving the shin bone back, front ribs moving toward the back ribs. Lift the inner arm up, descend the outer arm, so the outer shoulder is rolling down toward the floor. See if you can feel that broadness that comes across the upper back. Opening the armpit chest. Resist the forearms from falling toward the floor. Lift the forearms up, but bring the shoulders, the top of the shoulders, into the body and toward the floor as you lift up. Take a few more breaths. Keep extending the heels from the calf, descend down, the shins moving back. As the shin moves back, stay engaged with the calf so you're not overextending. Bring the calf slightly forward as you move the thighs back. And then you'll come up, walk back into Uttanasana. This time, take your feet a bit closer. Toes together, heels together. Bring your hands out to the side. Lengthen forward again. And then Urdhva Hastasana. Raise the arms up. Okay, we're going to come to the wall. As we come to the wall, I want you to have your hands in line with your shoulders and down just below the chest. Actually, you're going to bring your forearms onto the floor. Let's do this first. Forearms onto the floor, but about the same height, and then you'll walk back. Press your hands, press the forearms into the wall. And as you do that, start to walk the feet back, lengthen the side trunk, so you can feel that opening through the shoulders. You'll feel it pretty strong. And then come up. All right, now We're going to go down onto the floor and come into wide hands again. Hands are spreading. Forearms are on the floor. Lengthen the wrist. And then coming into Adho Mukha Svanasana, legs. Press down. Come onto the toes again. Lift the hips, lift the thighs. As you feel that weight in the hands, press the wrists down, forearms down, and lengthen up. Move your chest back, away from your elbows. Keep that awareness in the hands, in the fingers, in the arms as you lift up. And come down. Just bring your arms forward, forward Virasana. So we'll do that one again. It's quite strong, so just allow the arms to extend here. Again, you're getting that opening through the armpit chest. And now take the hands, interlace the fingers. Press the forearms down, the wrists down. And then you're going to lift up here. So you're using the arms to press down as you lift the head up off the floor. To feel how that movement, that downward movement, helps you to lift up. Legs are straight, hips are lifting. Thighs are actively moving back. Hips moving back. And then exhale, come back, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Adho Mukha Virasana. Just lengthen the arms forward, draw your hips back. Okay, and then you come up. Measure your distance. Bring your elbows down. Have your palms facing one another or on the floor, forearms down. And bring the elbows in line with the shoulders. So not coming out too much, but you're hugging the upper arms in. And then come onto the toes. Extend the wrist, extend the fingers, press the hands down, and then lift both legs up and come into a plank position. Move the chest back. And then start to bring the feet down. You can look back, see where your toes, see if they're lined up, press the heel, press the forearms, lift the chest. Coming down, come back into forward Virasana. And then come back up, position the hands, bring the hands down onto the floor. Keep the arms straight. If you have a problem with keeping the arms straight, you can always use a buckle, a strap. Strap with a buckle. Okay, so you can have that strap on your elbows. So that will help to give you some confidence that you're going to be able to maintain that straight position. And then coming back in that short Adho Mukha Svanasana, and then walk the feet up. Come up as high as you can. Press into that strap. Make sure you have that firmness. And then start to walk the feet down. Bring your back forward toward the wall. Pressing the hands. Lift up. Stay there. Bring one leg up. Press up into the heel. Press up into the mound of the foot. Bring the leg down. Keep pressing into the wall. Keep that thigh lifted. Reach the leg up. Press the hands, reach up. And then come down. Come back into forward virasana. You can take your strap off. Lengthen forward. And come back into Adho Mukha Svanasana. And then come back to Uttanasana. Bring your feet together. Take your hands back, closer to the toes now. Bend the elbows, release the head down. Stay with your breath. Thighs are moving back, hips are moving forward. Feel where the weight is on your feet. And then come up. Urdhva Hastasana. Reach the arms up. Now take the hands down. Walk back to the wall. Come into Utkatasana. You're going to use that Utkatasana action to lengthen the arms up. Bend the knees. Reach up. So as you bring the feet out, bring them far enough out so that you can descend the hips, so that the knees are not over the ankles. So I'll take my feet away a little bit. Have the feet together. Coming down, let the hips be parallel to the floor. So from the feet to the knees to the hips, reach the arms up. Utkatasana. As you descend the hips, lengthen up through the side trunk, reach the arms up, palms facing one another. Breathe. Inhale, come up, slide yourself up. Take your arms out to the side. Bring your hands onto your hips. And come forward. So now we step on the mat in the center. We're going to jump the feet apart. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, jump the feet. Externally rotate the right leg. Coming into Virabhadrasana 2. Bend the knee. Coming down like you did at the wall with Utkatasana. The knee is moving back toward the hip. Making sure you have enough distance. If you can come down lower, then move that back leg back. Keeping the chest lifted. Look over the front hand. Back thigh is moving back. Front leg, inner groin is lengthening toward the knee. Shin bone is moving the femur bone back. And the right buttock is moving forward. Lift the chest. Bring your arms back, Urdhva Hastasana. Come up, turning to do the other side. So one side may be different than the other. If you need more distance, you're always moving that back leg back a little bit more, not the front, so the front stays fixed. Reach up, exhale, bend the knee. Bring your arms out to the side. So the legs are moving out, away from the body. The arms are moving out, away from the body. Turn and look up your front hand. Look beyond the fingers. Keep the eyes relaxed. And now drop that hip a little bit more. Press into the foot. Move the shin bone back. Move the femur bone back. Taking more distance if you need that distance. So you can release your hip down. Inhale. Swing the arms up. Bring both feet parallel to one another. And then turning to do the first side. We're going to come all the way around with that Vimasana action. So you're turning from the back. And you'll bend the front knee. From that back inner edge of the foot, the back foot, pressing down. Keep the arms extended from the center. Drop the hip and reach the arms up. Lift up, Virabhadrasana 1. As you descend that hip, lengthen through the side trunk and reach up between the arms. Stay with your breath. Powerful pose. Inhale, come up, turn the feet. Take a breath there. And keeping the arms out, Vimasana, turning the back foot, turning the back leg, the back hip, rotate forward. Reestablish yourself in that back foot, the back leg, turning the back waist. Draw the arms up. Virabhadrasana 1. So just let yourself sink down. At the same time, lifting from the pubic bone to the navel to the chest. Reach the arms up. Stay with your breath. Inhale, come up. Extend the arms up. Turn. And then jump your feet together. Come back to Tadasana. Stabilize your legs. It's a strong pose. Virabhadrasana, Utkatasana, Virabhadrasana 2, Virabhadrasana 1. We held for a long time. So take time to come back to the breath, balance on the feet. All right, we're going to go to the wall now. And at the wall, you're going to, first of all, just come close to the wall. Have the feet hips distance apart. And like we did at the beginning in Adho Mukha Svanasana, we're going to come on to the toes, above the mounds, press into the feet, lift up through the hips, and then walk the hands up. Keep the hands lifting so you establish that length through the side trunk. Thighs are moving back. So you're not leaning toward the wall. Your chest is away from the wall. Thighs are moving away, and the buttocks is moving forward. And now come down. Now you're going to bring your hands close to the line of just under your chest. And then take your feet back a bit. You'll have to find the right position. Fingers are facing up toward the ceiling. We're going to come into preparation for chaturanga. So oftentimes what happens is the chest moves forward too quickly, or the hips lift up. So here we're using the wall to monitor. We'll come onto the toes, bend the elbows, and move yourself closer to the wall without bringing the chest to the wall. Thighs moving back, buttock moving forward, looking slightly forward and up. Let's go a little bit further away from the wall. Take your feet back. Bend the elbows. Keep the arms close so they're more in line with the shoulders. They were a little wide there, so now we're bringing them in, feeling that snugness from the outer arms. Lift up. And then as you bend the elbows, feel the elbows rub just alongside that side trunk. Lift up onto the toes, lift the heels, press the hands, roll the shoulders back. Shoulder blades moving forward. Drop the top of the lower back down, inner thighs rolling back. So you're neither falling toward the wall with the chest, nor are you moving the hips away from the wall. And then coming into Ardha Uttanasana, extend the arms. Coming back to that length through the side trunk. And then come forward. All right, now we're going to do chaturanga on the floor. We'll start out with a couple of blocks. So if you have foam blocks or wood blocks, whatever you have, something there that will help to just rest your shoulders there, okay? Let's just find the position first. So I come up into plank pose. Abdomen is lifting, tailbone is moving down. And then bending my elbows, I'm coming down. Now the block's not quite right, so I'm going to bring the block in a little bit so that when I come down, my shoulders will rest there. Let's see if I've got the right distance. Bend the elbows, come down, and now lower the chest down. Feel the shoulders on the block. Keep the thighs lifting. Feel the elbows close into the side trunk like you did at the wall. Bring your knees onto the floor and come back into forward virasana. And now take your blocks on the floor. Just give you a little bit of extra height here. So press the hands down. And again, we want to position ourselves so that when we come down, the hands are like they were at the wall. So more or less like this. I'm going to give you one more area of support here. So you're going to take that strap and bring it onto your elbows like so. Okay. In class, I see many students, they drop their chest. They could be quite strong in the arms, but they still drop the chest. So here, you're going to take the hands on the blocks, walk your feet back, and then you're bending the elbows straight back. And as you bend the elbows, let the chest move down into that strap. So you get the idea of moving the chest down. So you're not like in an upward dog position, but the shoulders are moving down. Now, I might be able to take that strap a little bit wider. So just see, maybe try it one time and then adjust your strap. But it's providing a bit of a harness for you, a harness for the chest, so that the legs and the hips and the shoulders are in line with one another. So as you come down now, looking forward slightly, turn the toes, press the toes back, press the heels back, keep the inner thighs lifting up, looking forward, and now press into the blocks, come back up and come into Adho Mukha Svanasana. Coming down. Let's see. You don't need that strap. Take the strap away. We'll do one more time with the blocks. If you want to use the strap again and do it a second time, then you can do that. Okay, so the knees are on the floor. The hands are firmly descending, spreading. Coming onto the toes, bend all the toes, and keep the legs lengthening back. So as you come down, you want to have the action of the legs moving back toward the end of your mat. So as you come down, keep the chest lifted, extend back through the heels, thighs lifting. And then come back, forward virasana. So you'll find using those blocks, it was a little strong to come up. So now we'll take the hands on the floor, come into Adho Mukha Svanasana. And then do this once on your own. Come forward to plank, bring the elbows in, move the chest down, come back up, plank pose. And again, Adho Mukha Svanasana. One more time. Coming forward. Remember to keep the chest lifted, thighs lifted, extending back through the heels. Exhale, coming down. Inhale, lift up. This is more of an upward dog. Come up to plank. And then Adho Mukha Svanasana. Forward virasana. Again, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Let's jump forward, Uttanasana. Bring your hands back, coming forward. And now bend the knees like you were coming into Utkatasana, but here's Malasana preparation. So bringing the hips down, stay on the heels, and now come up onto the hips. Keep the arms lengthened. Bring that back in. So we'll take the hands behind the back, bring the shoulder blades in, bring the back in, balancing, extend the legs. And then bring the feet back down. Take the hands behind the knees, balancing, bring the legs up. Now keep that back body moving in, chest lifting. Extend the legs out and reach the arms out. Pariputindavasana. And then coming back, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Uttanasana. Malasana. Urdhva Hastasana arms. Reach the legs up, Pariputindavasana. And then again, coming up, jumping back, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Last time, jump forward, Uttanasana, Malasana, coming onto the hips. And now bring the arms back and come into Urdhva Prasarita Padasana. Extend the arms, palms facing one another. Abdomen moving toward the floor. Exhale, 60 degrees. 45, 30, 90. We'll do that 3 times. Exhale, 60 degrees. 45, 30. Extend through the backs of the legs. Like Pariputindavasana, abdomen moves back toward the lower back. Inhale, 90. We'll go from 90 to 30. We'll do 3 times quickly. If you don't have that control in the abdomen, bring your hands under your hips. Or just stay at 90. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Stay connected to the breath. Stay connected to the abdomen. Lengthen through the legs. Take a few breaths. We'll do 3 more times. Extend the arms so that keeps that length through the side trunk. So there's maximum extension there. Exhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhaling. Bend the knees. Bring the feet down. And bring the legs so the feet come together. Baddha Konasana. Knees out to the side. Lift up. Walk your hands underneath. Hold onto your ankles, your feet, whatever you can grab a hold of. And rest your hips on your hands and your forearms. Roll your shoulders under. Stay there with that lifted chest, lengthening through the inner legs. At the same time, feeling that connection on the outer hip socket. Stay with the breath. Feeling the shoulders on the floor, moving down as you maintain that lift of the chest. As you press into the feet, creating that space through the inner groin. That relaxed breath through the pelvis. And then lift your hips up. Take your hands out from underneath, and you'll just extend the legs for Shavasana. Bring your arms out to the side. Let the legs evolve outward, toes, calves, the whole foot, so you're on the outer edge of the foot, outer side of the heel. And then coming back to the breath. If you needed something under your head, I think most everyone that's doing this practice, the shoulders are open, nice and open. If the head is being thrown back, just lengthen the back of the neck, soften the throat. And then just come into that quiet state. The breath is passive, completely relaxed. Observe what you feel in your body. You can stay here as long as you like. I'll set a timer for you. When you're ready to come up, you'll bend your knees and roll to your side and come up. You can sit quietly, just following the breath. Namaste. This class was energizing. It required a lot of our focus, a lot of our attention, and activating our muscles and making some space for ourselves, especially in the shoulders. Hope you enjoyed it. Take some time to do some shoulder stand and some headstand after this. You're perfectly prepared. So until next time, I will see you back on the mat. Namaste.